Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, Sam J. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it looks like Rollei is rolling another camera, Rollei Flex X8. Don't expect it to be another 35 AF roll, is a real 35 millimeter camera. Anyway, those are sold out, and there's another version. Join the channel, subscribe. I have a full video on the second version of the 35 AF, which is a real 35 millimeter camera. Anyway, join me in this session. Let's dig into this Sega 64 megapixel claim, and then about the sensor size and the price. It's really inexpensive, and it tells you something. Anyway, we're gonna dig into the details, and you're gonna be surprised. Believe me, you're gonna be surprised. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Okay, before we start, we're gonna look at the specs. So I'm gonna put them on the screen and talk about the specs real quick. First of all, the chip. I mean, I never heard of this company. Again, if you look at the sensor size, I mean, this is like an iPhone sensor. Again, this 64 megapixel claim, I mean, frankly, I think it's a scam. It's like the Yashica FXD 100 and 300. I have like 3 videos on those. Uh, I was really disappointed. These camera companies, they're Yashica and Rollei. These are reputable names. I mean, they're Rollei has over 50 years of maybe more. Uh, and they're gonna ruin it with sending out a camera like this with with an iPhone sensor basically, and then claiming 64 megapixel. I think it's interpolated, what they call it. It's not really 64. It's like the iPhone, they claim 48 megapixel, but look at the sensor. It's a Mickey Mouse sensor. I mean, you compare it with a Canon R5, R3, and R1, or even, all the Canons or the Nikons and the Fujis. And when they say it's a 26 megapixel or like a Fujifilm X-T50, 40 megapixel, it is really 40 megapixel because the sensor it's a real sensor. It's not a Mickey Mouse sensor. Number one, 64 megapixel, comparing to the size of the sensor. For example, you're gonna get an iPhone quality picture. It's gonna look good on daily use, but when you zoom in, again, it has like a optical zoom. I mean, that's crap. Come on, we don't want optical zoom. So that's the first disappointment. I don't want to call it scam. Disappointing feature is the size of the sensor, and then the claim of 64. I mean, that's crazy. I think I mean, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like the license to another company under the name of Rollei. The same thing with Yashica. It's been licensed for a Hong Kong company, I think, and they're starting to produce these cameras, this consumer, market cameras, when a flip screen and in film simulation and all that. They're going for quantity. They want to sell more rather than the quality. But what's disappointing is using the Rollei name, because Rollei it's like Leica, it's like Canon, Nikon. They've been there, done that, and don't ruin the name by bringing such a camera. And then look at the price. I think the price range between 300 400. Come on. uh, it's going to be plastic, number one. The sensor is going to be small, and the 5K claim of video, again, the iPhone takes 4K, so that's not a big deal. You go to a Fuji, for example, Fujifilm X S20, it has 6K open gate, but the sensor is 26 megapixel. You're gonna get good quality, and it has an HDMI input and output there, so it's a quality, because from the price too. I have that. I just purchased the Fujifilm X S20. It's 14, 15, $1,600. So, and this one is 200, 300. So, long story short, don't complain if you buy. Don't number one, don't buy it. Number two, if you buy it, don't complain about the size of the sensor or the quality of the 4K output. you're paying a few $100s versus anything over 1,000, you're gonna get a quality camera. Anything over 1,000, you're gonna get a real sensor. Anything over 1,000, you're gonna get real megapixels. And then it has a micro SD. Those Mickey Mouse small SD cards. I mean, we can hardly deal with regular SD card. So that tells you something. The size of the SD card, the size of the sensor, and the big claim of the 64 megapixel and the 5K recording. So in summary, I think this camera just carries the Rollei name, not the Rollei pedigree, not the Rollei that we all know over the years. It has a limited customer focus on this. It's just for, inexpensive, maybe the lomography crowd, which is nothing wrong with that. Again, I mean, full disclosure here, there is nothing wrong with producing a $200 to $300 camera for a daily use lomography, quick and fast, and who wants to invest into 14, 15, $1,600 camera? I mean that's a lot of money. So producing something like this for the mass market, again, there's nothing wrong with that. Just manage your expectation. So I've seen a lot of things in the comments from other videos I've produced. It's like, oh, it has a Mickey Mouse sensor on like the Yashica FXD 100, or it's this and that. Well, okay, how much you're paying? I mean, you're paying $200-300. What do you expect? You're gonna expect a Mickey Mouse sensor and a claim of a 64 megapixel, which is not really a 64 megapixel, and an okay video. Also, this dual lens, that tells you something. The focus group on this is the lomography crowd, the crowd that they want to take selfies and daily use. So mass market, dual lens, inexpensive. Folks are going after profit and mass market, not a professional camera. So I've seen this a lot now. So the Yashica and I think Agfa and now the Rollei, and maybe you're gonna see Canon and Nikon and Fuji do the same thing. But Fuji are the smart folks. They came up with the XE4 and I think XM5 and their X series. But look at the price point. You can't get one less than $1,200. Period. Even the fixed lens one is $1,699. So when you buy a Fujifilm, number one, you're getting quality. You're getting full-size sensor. You're getting support. You're getting warranty. You're getting all that stuff. So manage your expectation. You want a full-fledged camera, solid on the inside, solid on the outside. Go to Fujifilm. I'm gonna buy one. I don't think so. I'm not gonna buy one. I will buy the Yashica FXD. I think 300 because I put a deposit down, and I will get that one because I just love the Yashica name, frankly. For Rollei, I'll get the 35AF, the real one that takes a 35 millimeter one. That one I'll probably be interested in. But then what is the price? I'm going to put it on the screen there. Their first phase is sold out. Now the next phase is coming out. I have a specific video on that. But that one is $799. It's $800. It's almost $1,000. I mean, what's going on? This is crazy. You can't buy a camera, a decent camera, less than $1,000. I mean, that you buy a MacBook Pro for $1,000. What's going on here? I don't understand the pricing structure. Even a decent iPhone now is $1,500. You need thousands of dollars to get this technology. I just don't understand it. Put your comments there. What do you think? What do you think of this Rollei? What do you think of the Yashica? What do you think what's happening in the market? Everybody's running into producing inexpensive cameras that I don't think it's gonna last a couple of years. One of these fall on the ground, guess what? It's gonna be spaghetti. It's not gonna last. Look behind me. One of these fall on the ground, it's gonna damage the ground. Frankly, you want to have fun, you want to have something that lasts forever, it's going to outlast you, get one of these babies. Look at this. Yes, you can. DL Electro X, or any cameras behind me. Less than $100 or maybe 150. You're going to get awesome 35mm camera that works. That will work every time, will work. It's rock solid, and it's conversation piece. You think you can take a Canon R5 or take any of these cameras to a restaurant? That's embarrassing. Take one of these, baby. It's a conversation piece. It's gonna work. It's rock solid. It's gonna last, literally outlast you. And most importantly, you're gonna have fun using this. Yeah, if you haven't used 35mm film camera, you're missing out. It's more fun, guaranteed. What do you think? Put your comments in there and let me know what you think. You'd rather use one of these or just a Mickey Mouse $300 digital camera with a claim of 64 megapixel, and it has an 8 times optical. You know what optical zoom? It's a gimmick. It's not a real zoom. So I'm really disappointed with some of these companies coming up with these, quick to market cameras and just to sell something. What do you think? Put your comment in there and you just, tell me your opinion. Have you bought one of these? Do you have one of these? Did you put a down payment on a Yashica or a down payment on this Rollei and you're gonna get it? Share your experience with us. Next, there is no RAW file. Same thing with the Yashica and this new Rollei Powerflex X8. There is no RAW file, so you can get something out of the camera and edit, which is good because, again, the target crowd for this camera, for this Rollei Powerflex X8 and the Yashica and the others, they're coming out in the $200-300 range, is not for somebody that's gonna download and go to Photoshop or any software where you can actually edit the photos and change, white balance and do all that stuff. People don't care about that anymore. They want something quick. They want something out of the camera with less hassle. Less is more, period. And that's why I use what you see behind me, because less is more. I don't want to fiddle with an 800-page manual of a camera rather than maybe 30 pages, few buttons here and there. Follow this channel, subscribe. I'm comparing the Canon R5 versus Canon AE1 program. You see it behind me. Yeah, I'm comparing that one with that one. 900-page manual versus a 30-page manual, and which is more fun to use. Again, everything has its own course. I'll take an R5 to a sporting event where I want to take close-up shots and take 20 pictures per second and catch a moment where you cannot do that in an analog camera. But for daily use or weekly use, where you just want to enjoy photography, because photography is an art, you need something simple, you need something calming, you need what you see behind me. Tell me what you think. Am I crazy, or the market is crazy, or there's a market demand there? Companies don't go producing cameras like this just on the whim like that. There's focus groups, they study the market, and it's just not just the United States, it's Europe, it's Asia, it's Middle East. These companies have focus groups in different countries and they test the market. They don't just produce cameras. Maybe you and me don't like what's happening, but guess what? There is a demand out there, maybe in Asia and other countries, and then there is a need there. That's why Yashica, boom, 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 they rushed to market and they did this Kickstarter. And now it's like in millions of dollars. So tells you what? Somebody's putting their money where their mouth is and supporting those Kickstarters because there is a need there. Maybe we don't agree, but the need is there. Period. If you don't agree with me, put your comments down. So let's finalize here. What do you think about this Rollei? Is it ruining the name? Is it an embarrassment? Is it a scam? What do you think? Put your comments down there and subscribe to the channel, and let's continue discussion.